Good morning. How's everybody doing there? So I know it's been a while since I've put out a video, and kind of talk about the reasons for that and the path ahead, right? So for those that are new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for subscribing and following my adventures. So pretty much about a year ago, I decided to put this car together here, which is a 2008 Mercury Grand Marquis. Put the police interceptor package into it, and had its solar panels, 30-gallon water tank in the trunk, water pump, hot water heater, outdoor kitchen, propane bottles, took the passenger seat out, and made a sleeping area. I also carry a refrigerator and an auxiliary AC unit. So if you have any questions on that, just search through and look for the Grand Marquis RV, ready for the road. I'll give you pretty much the layout. And then after that, I left Kansas City, went to Florida, and subsequently from there, I spent 6 months in Mexico, traveling from Sarasota to Tulum, all around the Yucatan, back to Ciudad Victoria, and then headed out west to Puerto Vallarta. So it's a good 6 months. It was a really great trip in Mexico. So a lot of great videos out there. Me taking a shower with a peacock. So if you're interested in that, check it out. So anyway, today's video is upgrading the solar panels that are on here. So as from previous videos, the solar panels, these, I'll show you, these thin black panels here, they only last me about 3 months. For whatever reason, it is what it is. The coating comes off. It's just not a very durable product. When it's brand new, yeah, sure, it puts out about 8 amps, does a great job, but quickly tapers off from there. So I had one spare, put the spare on while I was in Mexico. That failed. Then I just decided to connect the solar panels to the car battery and use the alternator. So there is a video out there if you're curious on that. That's what to do if your solar panels fail in the field, right? So I decided to upgrade the glass panels. Now look, I know it's a sedan, right? I don't have a whole lot of working area. I did add a roof rack to it with the plans of building a cargo basket, which still may materialize, right? So I decided to go with these glass panels, these Renogy high quality premium solar module panels, and this is what it looks like here. Now this, I'm not exactly sure if this is where it's going to go, right? But this is pretty much the real estate I got to work with, right? I mean, I did look and see, well, maybe I could put it on the trunk or the trunk lid, but I run into wiring problems. I have to get auxiliary cables. I'm not saying that's not, but I can only fit one on the trunk. It's a 100 watt panel, puts out about 5.8 amps when it's perfect conditions, right? So so the purpose of this video is to kind of talk about these solar panels. They're monocrystalline. I did get them off of eBay because Amazon didn't have them. So I've placed the solar panel here on the hood, and I connected it to the system. So let me kind of discuss like what the system is, right? So essentially you have your two 100 amp solar panels. The information on all of the solar panels is on the back, right? So make sure if you have a 24 volt system, 48, 120 volt system, 12 volt system, make sure you buy the right panel for your system, right? A lot of people ask, you know, consumption and battery usage. Everybody is different because everybody has different appliances or different power needs, or different parts of the country and different parts of the world have different solar effects on your solar panel, right? Because there is, you know, technically you're supposed to tilt the panel, it's supposed to meet the sun at that perfect angle. It's pretty tough, and some places don't have a whole lot of sun, right? So today it's not super sunny yet, which is good. And I'll show you what it's kind of putting out here, and I'll kind of show you the system. We'll talk about specific values, specific numbers, and we'll go from there. All right, so this is kind of like the view from inside, right? So to kind of talk about originally eco-worthy sent me the solar charge controller. And these two, so red is positive, negative, this comes from the solar panels, or as I had them connected to the car battery at one point, these two go down to the AGM battery. And so the battery there is a 100 amp hour gel battery connected to a 1500 watt max peak 3000 watt power inverter. So these other two connectors here, they go to the back of the car that gets connected to the water pump. So essentially, I don't know if you can see that on camera, but right now it says 13 volts is what the battery has. It's charging because there's one panel connected out there, which is on the hood. So to get power here to the load, you push this red button, it sends power to the load. It'll tell you on here, and then you can push it to disconnect it, which is pretty good. It also has two USB ports on there. You use it to charge, my phone and other stuff. So that has worked out pretty well. I didn't show you under the hood there because essentially it's just wiring that goes, from the solar panel inside to here. So what I added to the system was this. So this is, I think it's a Bayrite. I think it's like a shunt connector is what they call this. So this here will tell you in what the battery voltage is, right? So it's 13.18. It'll tell you what your solar panels are putting out. Now it's currently cloudy. Like I said, there's one panel out there, so it's 1.14 amps. It'll tell you power and watt hours. Now these two I've never really used, right? It's not really important to me, but voltage and amps are. So that works out pretty well. So this system here, like I say, with the power inverter, it's never given me a problem. I currently have the refrigerator plugged into it. It's currently off right now, but when you want to turn it on, it's pretty good. It'll tell you, I don't know if you can see that, but it'll tell you what the battery voltage is, what the temperature is, what the output is, which is right over here, which is 121 volts, input's 12.5, and how much the load is drawing. So in this case, the refrigerator is running. I just heard it kick on. It's 0.4 amps, which is pretty good. It has 3 outlets. So one is connected here all the time, and it runs into my trunk. So I have an outlet in the trunk. This is to the refrigerator, and then I still have another one here that I can use, right? So that onto itself works pretty well. I did also pick this up here from Amazon. I will say, I mean, this is really inexpensive. I think it costs like $8 or something like that. It's got 2 USB ports. It plugs into your cigarette lighter, and what it does is it tells you your battery voltage, which is really good because if you want to know if your alternator is charging, this will go up to 14, 13.9, right, as your vehicle's running. So definitely a good diagnostic tool, and it's a good tool to have, right? So overall, that's the solar system in a nutshell. It does hold up pretty well. I've used it, like I said, for about a year. The battery hasn't given me a problem. I mean, would I like to run another battery? Probably, but I don't know if the solar panels could keep up with the load. Maybe on a super sunny day, right, 2 panels, maybe 3 or 4 would be better, but once again, you only have so much real estate, right? So that's kind of the overview of the solar system that I have here for the car. Like I say, it's worked out pretty well, and it really hasn't given me, aside from the solar panels failing, the battery has been reliable, the inverter's been reliable, the solar power controller, all of the wiring, everything's been fine, right? So hopefully with these glass panels it'll solve the problem of durability, and I'll figure out where to mount them and everything. I didn't really want to include that in this video because it's kind of it's probably going to take me quite a bit of time, right? I have to pull them off. I have to remove all that VHB tape that I unfortunately made the mistake when I bought the first ones and they were defective, that I never was able to get it off. So I got to get the old panels off, figure out how to get this VHB tape off. I don't want to drill other holes. There's no mounting brackets, so it's going to take me a little bit of time. And they're thicker, so I got some challenges there with that. So, but I'll work on that, right? So to kind of talk about why I haven't been making videos, right? So I think what I'm going to start doing, you know, because the path back to Mexico just isn't going to materialize, right? You know, Celia has decided to move in a different direction, and that's fine, right? That's life, right? So, you know, the plan initially was, you know, to acquire a 6x6, and I had a good lead on it. I had a good opportunity. I really thought that was the direction, right? So I'll make another video getting into that, and I think that's going to kind of be the segue into the next video series, right? Because with COVID, traveling is still challenging, and at this point, I don't really have a strong desire to go back to Mexico because I've been there, I've seen it, I've done it. A lot of Central America is, you know, has issues, right? Recovering from the hurricane, some other odds and ends and this and that, right? So I don't know what the path forward is in terms of travel, but I think with the video series, I'm going to start making videos talking about employee and employer relations, and how, in my opinion, since I've been looking for contracts, I've been looking for work for quite some time, and it's always been something, and I've run into several toxic companies, and I like to share those experiences, and once again, maybe it'll help someone along the way to not fall into the same traps that I did. So that's going to be coming out. Appreciate your comments on that. If you have any questions about the solar system, any questions really at all, you're thinking about building something, water systems, propane heating systems, awnings, right? Just reach out, right? Like I'm here to help, right? And we'll see. I mean, I still may build this cargo basket. We're going to see how that works. Put it on the top of the car, about the size to hold 2 tires, right? So, anyway, look, I do appreciate everybody that subscribes to this channel. I really do appreciate the comments. It really helps me move forward. You know, when times are difficult, like for a lot of people, the comments, the subscribers, the likes, it really helps, right? So, thanks for watching. Like I say, if I can help you in any kind of way, feel free to reach out. And start working on these new videos here probably tomorrow. So keep an eye out for those. Thanks.